traders, I'm back again with another video, and today I want to just take time to go over this pound dollar that we have been looking at and the trade that we entered off of the bearish engulfing candlestick on the 4-hour time frame. So we're going to go over that, look at that, and look at what we see in the future for this pair. Looks pretty good. It's pretty bearish, so we like to look at this daily time frame. Start off with the daily. So we're looking at the daily here, pound dollar, and where are we now? We're right here, probably around 150653 currently, and we can look at some levels where we might look for price to find support, because basically we have some bullish divergence developing. As you could see, this pair has been going down and continues to go down, so let's mark that. You can see from here it's going down, but at that same level we see the oscillator, which is the ultimate oscillator, going higher. All right, now looks like we're trying to make a slight turnaround here, but divergence can last for a long time, especially on the daily time frame. So, and when you do look at divergence, you want to make sure you're at a support and resistance level. You don't want to just say, oh, there's divergence, boom, let me enter this trade. Not a very good thing to do. You want to be at a support or resistance level to enter a trade based off of divergence. Okay, so let's take those off of the chart right now, and then let's look at the levels that we can look for this market to attempt to attack. And I think we're going to look at this bottom level here for sure, which is going to be 148.58.2. okay, so that will be the level that we ultimately look for the market to get to. Now we may stall here a little bit higher than that level, which is right here at basically 149.816. So you can see we have some support there also, but we have major support down here too at 148.582. So that's where I'm looking for the market to get down to those levels. And then maybe when you get there, you may see some ranging. You may see the market range and then attempt this higher move, as we still see this divergence. Now we've got to see what's going to happen, but today's Friday, so on Friday the market's pretty slow. I don't think it's going to do too much movement getting down to this level, but I don't know what the market is going to do or will do. But usually on Friday we're kind of slow, and we had some good movement already. It looks like we're already starting to slow down because we're pretty much near lunchtime too. So after lunchtime on the markets usually really slow up. So here we're going to look at the 4-hour time frame. Now you can see this 4-hour time frame. Let's go back to the daily. Sorry, I want to show you one thing. I always like to tell people to look for the market to break a fractal level and then come back to a fractal level. Now this level here became a slight consolidation range, or you could call it a small range, but this is a fractal level here. The market broke that level, and then the market came right back to that level. All right, you could see that right there, it came right back to that level. Now the market does that a lot, as you want to look at some other areas that I'll show you that. All right, because I've shown this many times on YouTube videos. So you could see right here, we'll just make a level here. There's a fractal level right here. So move the market down to here. The market broke this fractal level and then came right back to that fractal level. All right, so that's what we look for trading these fractal levels. Sometime you can see a level here, fractal level here, market breaks the fractal level, comes right back to that fractal level. All right, so they're pretty big in the trading. So here's what it did here on the daily time frame. Broke this consolidated area, consolidation right here, and then broke that level and came right back to that level. All right, so the market likes to do that. Now we need to break this level here ultimately. If we don't break this level, we may have some ranging, but I think we may make it down to this level, and then we'll see this divergence maybe start to kick in. But I think ultimately you could see this trend is really strong to the downside. So are we going to break this level also? I think maybe if we get some movement down to here, we may see some ranging for a while. We may get a market to pull back up to this level, but I think ultimately in long term, I think this is going to remain bearish. Okay, so we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame, look at that. So we go to this 4 hour time frame, and like I said, it's Friday, so I think the markets are slowing down pretty much. It's already noontime pretty much. So but again, we're going to look for the market to come back to this fractal level. So we break that fractal level, even this level here, pretty much break that and come right back to it. It lines right up with this support and resistance level right here anyway. So if the market breaks a level, likes to come back to the level, this is where we'll look for a trade, and then we can try to ride that market down to this level. So you're looking at maybe pulling back up to here and then dropping down to here somewhere. That's a good distance. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. And let's see, do we see any kind of divergence on here? We don't really see any divergence per se. Now we see some slight divergence here. I like to look at long-term, big-term long divergence where we have a real turnaround. This is just maybe a pullback level here. So you have a level here where the oscillator went lower, and then here it went higher, but the price went lower. So this is going to be bullish divergence, which leads me to think that maybe we get a slight pullback, to this level here, somewhere in there, and then the market continues down. Because like I said, we're not going much farther Friday on this Friday here, and I think a lot of times you'll see the market open up on Sunday. It's not going to probably move too far down it, so therefore you may see the pullback level, and then the market may go. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on that pound dollar. That pound dollar is going to be in play for us. But like I said, we got into this trade here when price broke the Kumo here. We had a Kumo breakout and it was sideways because basically we were having a pullback after we hit support here. And then we pulled back, broke out of the cloud sideways. You don't want to take that kind of a trade, because when it's sideways you're really moving higher, right? So we did move higher, and we moved up to this level here, bounced off of the cloud right there, and with that cloud bounce, that let us see that we had resistance there, and it pulled us closer to the Kijinsen where we want to be when we enter a trade. And then we had a bearish engulfing. With that bearish engulfing, we were able to get in the market and just follow this down. All right, so there you go, traders. That's what we're looking at for pound dollar. I really wanted to put that pair in today because I think it's a pair that you could look forward to it pulling back maybe, and getting into another trade short, because ultimately, like I said, this big bearish market on the daily time frame probably remains intact, at least until this level down here somewhere. Okay, before you might see some ranging, and then maybe eventually break that, or maybe we may see a new trend develop. Okay, but that's what I'm looking at the pound dollar, so just be aware of that. All right, thank you guys. Have a great trading day and a great weekend. God bless. So long.